first off, thank everyone for coming. There's obviously a lot of issues and challenges in this whole conversation, so the more people from more walks of life we can get in the discussion, that's how we're going to get through it. So I am Wes, I'm from debrand, I'm one of the co-founders. It was quite deliberate having me speak last because we really fit in at the end of all this. Once you've designed smartly, once you've reused it as clothing as many times as you possibly can, resold it, all those things, when clothing can't be clothing anymore, then what do you do with it? That's very much where we fit in. So I'll give you a little intro as to what debrand does, where we see big challenges, and where we see big opportunities. So debrand specifically deals with liability waste. Samples, recalls, security uniforms, anything that can't really be used as clothing, again, for a number of different reasons. It could be border services, it could be whoever. You just can't have those things being resold, obviously, to the general public. So we deal with a lot of those types of materials. And we also see a lot of things that shouldn't really be, there's factory trim materials, all that kind of stuff. But the nature of our business puts us at the end of the stream. So we deal with people that are really dealing with the fiber and the actual raw material. What do you do with this stuff? You don't want to just landfill it necessarily, but it's no longer clothing. So we use a process called fiber reclamation. It's literally a matter of pulling the fibers down into a little length and then remaking products out of them. So it's insulation, it's carpet underlay, it is mattress pads, it is a whole gamut of materials. I just came back from a trip on it and was dealing with one of our main partners, and it's really exciting to see where they think the industry can go. And it's really a matter of taking all these materials that we have and looking at the opportunity as these are a resource to us. They might not be clothing anymore, but what else can they be? So we deal with a lot of the back end side of things. And where we see a lot of the challenges really does come down to technology. So at the forefront, you have designers and developers and all these people making cool new products, incorporating new, mixtures and blends and spandexes and the rest of it. And they're really, really proactive and they're really, really innovative. The problem is on the back end, you have clothing recyclers who are very, very reactionary. And it's incredibly capital intensive. You can spend tens of millions of dollars easily on a facility. And so they're 20 years behind. And there's a huge void in the middle. The guys at the front are not talking to the guys at the back. And when you incorporate spandex into denim, you really make it difficult to recycle denim. So that's one of the biggest areas where we see the gap. And people are starting now to talk about it. So designers are now being conscious of it. And they're understanding and learning, like, oh, what does happen to this at the end? And the guys at the back still really aren't, they're curious, but they're not really, their hand's not being forced. So they're looking for opportunity. They don't want to necessarily innovate too quickly because they have huge capital assets they have to pay off, all these things. So there's this massive technological and basically information void in the middle. And that's where we see a lot of opportunity. If we can bridge those gaps, if the people at the front can talk to the people at the back, often the barriers are really, really small. So recent example, we were dealing with a client and they had tons of polyester, pure polyester. And we talked with one of our end guys and said, do a spectrum analysis on this kind of stuff. What is this material, actually? And they found it, and they're like, oh, we love it. That's great material. We can sell that as a commodity here, and we have a great market for that. The problem is, it's a soft plastic, and our machines are set up for hard plastic. So if we put that in our machines, they'll catch fire. And we're like, well, there's a problem right there. They just don't have enough material as an input to recalibrate the machinery. So in that specific instance, really small technological issue to make something that would be a polyester waste into a polyester resource. So that's where we love to fit in. That's where we see a ton of opportunity. If we can start to look at our clothing waste stream, when we're done with it as clothing, as an input somewhere else and figure out what barriers exist for us preventing us from doing that, you suddenly have new feedstock for new industries. You have potentially, new inputs for your own business. You mitigate long-term variability in the marketplace. You don't worry about increasing cotton prices because you're reusing your own cotton to make new denim jeans. And that's the realm that we love. Those are the challenges that we see in the middle. It's technological, it's information, and there's a ton of opportunity there. We have the resources, we're just not using them that well. So that's where debrand fits in. We love to try and explore that, understand who globally is doing what, where the material is, who can do something with it, and how can we bring all these people together. So that's us.